Exercise 3.2 First sum. If k is real, discuss the nature of the roots of the polynomial equation 2x square plus kx plus k equal to 0 in terms of k. Exercise 3.2 First sum. They are given you this equation and we are going to find the nature of the root. The formula for nature of the root is delta equal to b square minus 4ac. A, B, C. The value which is near to x square, the coefficient of x square is A, coefficient of x is B and C. A equal to 2, B equal to K and C equal to K. I am taking from the equation. Substitute the values, you will get the answer k square minus 8k. I am going to take k outside, that is delta equal to k into k minus 8. Since they are given you delta is real, I am going to equate it to the 0, delta equal to 0. So if I equate, I will get the answer as k equal to 0 and k equal to 8. I will get these two answers. I am going to draw a graph from minus infinity to plus infinity, 0 to 8. Since I am discussing with the nature of the root, I am going to compare this delta with less than 0, equal to 0 and greater than 0. The meaning of less than 0 means I should get a negative answer. The meaning of negative answer is, when I am going to get a negative answer in this place is, if I am going to take the values from 0, between 0 and 8, if I am going to take a value, I must get a negative answer. 0 to 8, whatever value you can take. If suppose if I am going to take a value 6, imagine if I am going to take a value 6 for k. If I substitute in this place, delta equal to 6 minus 8, that is 6 minus 2 equal to minus 12. The number is not important. I am going to check only the sign, that is I am getting a negative answer. So I am getting an imaginary root. Delta equal to 0, that is the condition given in your question, and we have found the answer k equal to 0 or k equal to 8, that is equal real roots. The last one, delta greater than 0 means I should get a positive answer. You can take between these two ranges, you can take the values, that is minus infinity, less than k, less than 0. What is the meaning? You can take minus 1 from minus, you can take any negative number, you will get a positive answer. And similarly, from above 8, that is 9, 10, 11, etc. Whatever number you are going to get, you are going to take one. You are going to get the answer as positive. So, negative, equal value, positive. So, this is the concept of nature of the root. And this is the only sum which is based on nature of the root. And the remaining 4 sums are based on theorems. Before starting with exercise 3.2 second sum, we are going to see two theorems now. The first one is complex conjugate root theorem. So what is a condition, that is what is a concept they are telling in this theorem is, if z0 is a root of the polynomial equation means automatically conjugate, that is z0 bar is also a root. That is the condition they are telling you in this theorem. That is, next theorem, let P and Q be rational numbers such that root Q is irrational. If P plus root Q is a root of a quadratic equation, if you see here, we are not having real part and imaginary part. Instead, we are having one value as rational and another in the form of root, that is irrational. If P plus root Q is a root of a quadratic equation means, then automatically I can say that P minus root Q is also the root of the same quadratic equation. What is the thing? Instead of conjugate, plus a root Q, it will be having minus root Q. That is P plus root Q root means automatically I will be having P minus root Q is also the root of the same equation. And using these two theorem conditions, we are going to see the sums now. Exercise 3.2 second sum. Find a polynomial equation of minimum degree with rational coefficient having 2 plus root 3i as a root. Exercise 3.2 second sum. Given 2 plus root 3i is a root with the rational coefficient. According to the theorem, automatically I am going to have 2 minus root 3i is also a root. Now, I am going to take, let alpha be 2 plus root 3i and beta be 2 minus root 3i. Even if I interchange this alpha and beta, it is not going to be a problem. Since I am having only two roots, I'm going to get a quadratic equation, degree 2. Sum of roots, you're going to add these two values. Imaginary part will get cancelled. You will get the answer as 4. Product of roots, alpha into beta. It is of the form a plus b into a minus b. Here the value for a is 2 and b is root 3i. So according to the algebraic formula, I am going to get the value as a square minus b square. So root 3i the whole square. So what is the value for root 3 the whole square? 3. I square, instead of I square, I am going to replace the value as minus 1. Since the value for I square is minus 1, I am going to replace the value as minus 1. So after calculating, I am going to get the answer as 7. The formation of quadratic equation formula is this one. X square minus sum of root x plus product of root equal to 0. That is x square minus 4x plus 7 equal to 0 is the required answer. Exercise 3.2 third sum. Find the polynomial equation of minimum degree with rational coefficients having 2i plus 3 as a root. Exercise 3.2 third sum. They have given in your question, they have given you as 2i plus 3. I am writing this as a real part plus imaginary part. That is 3 plus 2i is a root with a rational coefficient. So according to the theorem, definitely I am going to get 3 minus 2i is also a root. I am going to take this as alpha. Let alpha equal to 3 plus 2i and beta equal to 3 minus 2i. As usual, sum of roots, you are going to add. Imaginary part get cancelled. You will get the answer as 6. Product of roots, a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. You are going to calculate. The value for I square is going to be minus 1. You are going to replace. After the final calculation, you will get the answer as 13. 2 roots. So quadratic equation, minimum polynomial equation is going to be the quadratic equation, that is x square minus sum of root x plus product of root equal to 0. So the final answer is x square minus 6x plus 13 equal to 0. In this theorem, I am going to take the second part. If root p plus root q is the root of the polynomial equation with the rational coefficients, then the remaining 3 combinations are also the root of the same polynomial equation. They can give you anything. In this one, they are given you root p plus root q. Instead of that, you may have root p minus root q. Just you are going to change the signs. That is, we are going to have the 4 combinations here. So this is the idea of the theorem, and based on this, we are going to do exercise 3.2 fourth sum. That is degree 4 equation we are going to find using this concept. Having root 5 minus root 3 as a root. Exercise 3.2 fourth sum. They are given you, now only we saw the theorem. According to the theorem condition, we are going to do this sum, students. Given root 5 minus root 3 as a root. We are not having the imaginary parts here. If you see, I am having root 5 minus root 3 as a root. That is plus root 5 minus root 3. Now just see here. Plus root 5 minus root 3 they are given. இப்போ இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ப்ளஸ் இருக்குது, இங்கே மைனஸ் இருக்குது. நான் மீதி இருக்க 3 காம்பினேஷன்ஸ் எழுத போகிறேன். எப்படின்னா ரெண்டுமே பாசிட்டிவ். ப்ளஸ் ரூட் 5 ப்ளஸ் ரூட் 3, நெகட்டிவ் மைனஸ் ரூட் 5 மைனஸ் ரூட் 3. இங்கே ஆல்டர்னேட்டாக சேஞ்ச் பண்ண போகிறோம். அதாவது மைனஸ் ரூட் 5 ப்ளஸ் ரூட் 3. இப்போ த கிவன் ரூட் இஸ் plus root 5 minus root 3. The remaining 3 I am writing in this combination according to the theorem. Now how I am going to do the sum is, I am going to pair the roots 2, 2. I am going to take the first 2 and the next 2 as another set. Using the first 2 I am going to form a quadratic equation. The next 2 I am going to form a quadratic equation. I am going to get 2 quadratic equations. I am going to multiply. Now just see a student. Since root 5 minus root 3 is a root with a rational coefficient, I am taking the first one, that is root 5 plus root 3 is also a root. You can take anything according to your convenient. You can take any 3 combinations. I am going to write it as alpha 1 and beta 1. For our understanding, I am just taking it as alpha 1, beta 1, or you can take it as alpha 1 and alpha 2. It is according to your wish. Sum of roots and product of roots. You are going to do the calculation, students. After calculating, we are going to get the answer for sum of root as 2 root 5. Product of roots 2. You're going to use this formula for forming quadratic equation. And what is the answer I'm getting here is x square minus 2 root 5x plus 2 equal to 0 is going to be the first one. Similarly, alpha 2 I'm going to take it as root 5 plus root 3, and beta 2 I'm going to take it as root 5 minus root 3. Sum of roots alpha 2 plus beta 2. We are going to calculate. The terms will get cancelled according to the calculation. The answer what I'm getting here is minus 2 root 5. Product of roots alpha 2 into beta 2. That is, this is going to be in this form, a plus b into a minus b. Calculate, students. Just check the sign while you are calculating. A square minus b square formula I'm using. I'm getting the answer as 2. Formation of quadratic equation, x square minus sum of root x plus product of root equal to 0, and I'm getting the second equation in this way, that is x square plus 2 root 5x plus 2 equal to 0. From 1 and 2, we get the required polynomial equation as. From 1 and 2, I'm going to take two quadratic equation. I'm going to make some adjustment. What is the adjustment I'm going to do here is, if you see these two equations, the only difference is minus 2 root 5x plus 2 root 5x. I'm going to make an adjustment in such a way. X square plus 2, I'm going to put it in brackets. So I'm going to write in this form, a minus b, a plus b. In place of a, you are having it as x square plus 2. And in place of b, you are having it as 2 root 5x. This is going to be a square minus b square formula, students. Calculate. The final answer is going to be x to the power 4 minus 16x square plus 4 equal to 0 is the required degree 4 quadratic equation for the given sum. Exercise 3.2 fifth sum. This is going to be different. And what is the question given here? Prove that a straight line and parabola cannot intersect at more than 2 points. Exercise 3.2 fifth sum. They are asking you to prove that the straight line and parabola cannot intersect at more than 2 points. I am going to write it as proof. Equation of straight line. What is the formula? Y equal to mx plus c. And equation of parabola. For parabola, you are having 4 types. I am going to take only this one. Y square equal to 4ax. Straight line, I am going to take this equation. Y equal to mx plus c. And for parabola, I am going to take it as y square equal to 4ax. 1, 2. I am going to take this one. Y square equal to 4ax. In place of y, I am going to replace the first one. That is mx plus c equal to 4ax by 1. I am going to use a plus b the whole square formula, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab method, algebraic calculation minus, I am going to bring this plus 4ac to my left hand side, minus 4ac equal to 0. And I am not going to simplify, or I am not going to find the final answer and so on, students. I am going to frame a quadratic equation, that is x square, x constant equal to 0. If I am going to get a quadratic equation, then I can say I will have only 2 roots. So this equation, and this is a quadratic equation, and this equation cannot have more than 2 points, 2 solutions. And that is a condition we are seeing from the first. Hence, a straight line and parabola cannot intersect at more than 2 points. Students, part 5 video la 12th Maths Volume 1 Chapter 3 Exercise 3.3 la irukka sums பார்க்க போறோம்.